Ya, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good evening. My name is Nur Fariesha binti Nasharuddin and my metric ID is CD20072 and now our group would like to present about our project and our group member is Nur Amalin Tasnim, Nur Aina Umairah, Nur Izzah, Nur Ikmal and lastly Nur Ainna binti Roslan. Okay, so our case study basically is about the official website of the Majlis Perbandaran Kuantan and we have stated the link as shown at the picture. So we have to talk about the official website of the Majlis Perbandaran Kuantan and the most important part in this website is the user interface. As we know, user interface is actually used for the website to make it more easier for the end users for them to use the website and it's make them the official website to make it more attractive and easy to use. Like for example, okay, as we can see at the picture, there's a lot of simple words that can be understood by the users and the developers also use some icons to show it to make it the user become more understand. Next. Okay. Basically the MPK or the Majlis Perbandaran Kuantan official website is as we know all states have their own function and basically the website have similar function of the different field for the users to identify in the treasure, valuation and property management and also in community service for them to get information and news from the official website. Next.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ainna and my metric ID is CD20083. And now I would like to tell about functional requirement. Functional requirement is the developer should shape the system with audit trails to aid in identifying suspicious behavior or action. Next is the developer should produce a receipt detailing a customer purchase information and include name of customer, item purchase, cost of each item and total cost. Next is the developer should generate the system every day. Next is the developer of the website should manage the overall information of the system by keep updating the latest and true information, announcement, and news at the main page of the website to make it easier to the user to gain the information and news just from the main page. Next is the developer should provide a specific room for the user to give their feedback and rate the website so that the developer can fix what is missing and make the website better. Lastly is the developer must generate the access privilege to control access of user to valuable data and information put out by the website admin. Next is non-functional requirement. First is the system of the website should be capable enough to support more than 100 users at one time without affecting its performance because this website is an official website that are used by the community. Next is the system need to be responsive by being able to read just itself or fit into the device screen that is either laptop or phone to make it easier for the user to read them from any devices. Next is new module deployment must not impact front page, product page, and checkout page availability and must not take longer than 1 hour. Next is the live chat system is only available on working day. Next is modified data such as news, announcement, and spray time in the system should be updated and load for all users accessing it within 2 seconds considering their location when reading and network latency. Lastly, it's set by our last member name. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay, that's for the part one, and then we will proceed with the part two with the next members.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Ainna binti Roslan, and I'm going to present about part 2, the interface design principle. The principle of user interface design are intended to improve the quality of the user interface. Focus on the needs, experience, and capabilities of the system user. The user interface design used in our case study is user familiarity, consistency, recoverability, and user guidance. First, I will explain about the user consistency. Consistency in UI design is concerned with making sure the elements in user interface are uniform. For instance, the system is displayed in the same appearance, meaning, and behave in the same way. Consistency helps in creating a sense of control, familiarity, and reliability. Hence, it also eliminates the confusion for the user. In Majlis Pembandaran Kuantan official website, the comments, menus, icon, and even illustration within the website are designed to be visually consistent with each other. They have the same format and the same aesthetic. Next is user familiarity. The familiarity principle is based on the user-oriented term. That should be reflected by using term, styles, that user familiar with. Familiarity is important in UI because some people don't really understand the language used in the website. But if the developer use common word and easier term to represent the things created in websites such as home, citizen, business, and visitor and contact us, this will be easier for the user to understand it without knowing the true meaning behind it. Apart from that, the certain pictures and symbol design in the website also improve the familiarity for the users. Third GUI is user recoverability. User recoverability is essential element in building the resilience into a system. It provides the ability to recover forward or backward. Hence, the system service can be restored quickly and the user are not seriously affected by the failure. The recovery include undo function which capable to restore things to previous state confirmation. The first justification for user consistency is highly useful to improve the usability and learnability of the website. When the user consistency is present, people can transfer knowledge to new contact and learn new things quickly. This way they can focus on executing the task and they don't need to learn how the UI product works every time they switch to the next contacts. For example, in Majlis Pembandaran Kuantan website, the color, the shape, the action flow have been designed to be consistent throughout the entire website. Next, I will explain about justification for user familiarity. User familiarity is important for the users who can't really understand the language used in the website, or they may be having trouble of reading a page with lots of words. By having user familiarity in our website, it wouldn't be too hard for any users to use our website. In the website, some symbols are used to present the terms such as citizen here. The common words are also has been used to present each tab or files so that user can easily guess its function without knowing its meaning. For user recoverability, most of the time, a user will make mistake and this UI exists to help them repair their fault. This UI is capable to restore things to previous state. For instance, here, when the user need to fill their information and suddenly they lost internet connection, but with recoverability, the information will still be there when the internet is back on. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Aina Umairah binti Umar Suki. My metric number is CD20085. So today I will present about project part 2 on the API used in the case study, also suggested API. Okay, so there are five types of API used in the case study. First is the web API, second is the map API, third is the private API, fourth is the compulsory API, and lastly is the business API. First, we will look on the web API. So web APIs incorporate the APIs utilized to communicate with the browser and administration such as web notices and web capacity. Web APIs are utilized for trading data with website either by accepting or by sending information. So we can see the news from the third parties API like Berita Harian, Utusan, and Sinar are displayed at the homepage of Majlis Bandara Kuantan website to allow the users know about the current news happening in the world. The next API is the Map API, or also called as Mapping API. So, Mapping API, it furnishes location intelligence for software developers creating a location-based products and services. It gives the chance to create location-aware infographics and visualization aids. For instance, in Kuantan Municipal Council border, they provide prayer times for the use of Islamic people to perform their prayers. They can know the prayer times by changing the location according to their current location such as state and also area. Third API is the private API, or also called as closed API. So, closed API, they are hidden from external users and only exposed by internal system. For example, the payment system used in our case study, which is the FPX. So FPX, as we all know, is a convenient and is a secure online payment as it allows the users to know the real-time debiting of their internet banking account. Payment using FPX can be made if you are an electronic banking account holder at a bank registered under FPX, like Maybank or Bank Islam or CIMB Berhad. So there are four types of API suggestions to improve the case study functionality or performance. First is the partner API, second is the weather snippets, third is the streamline services, fourth is the shipping API. So for Partner API service allow third-party partners to embed the service or data into the application. For example, like social media plugins such as Facebook, it allows users to leave comments to share their thoughts about the website. By doing so, it makes the website more entertaining and interesting for the website visitors. Also increase the website credibility. Second is the weather snippets. Rich weather snippets seems to be commonplace because it is found on all platforms like Google Search and also Apple's weather app. For example, if you search weather plus your city's name on Google, you will see a dedicated box at the top of the search results called Rich Snippet with current weather conditions and forecasts. With this API, it aids the users to know the current weather. The fourth API is the streamline services. It improves the platform of the website by increasing speed and making it easier to use rather than create new programs for it. Streamline services on the website with an API enables customers to interact with another program or another site through the click button. For example, when we add Trivago, it enables users who plan to have a vacation easy to search for flights, for packages, hotels, and interesting places using the search button that have been provided on the website. I think that is all for me. Thank you.
Okay, the theme of the case study that has been given to our group is government agency website. Our group has been given the website of the Kuantan and it is used by the community to gain the latest information and the news. This website also is the platform for the community to apply an assistance that may help them and for them to make a report. The full URL of the website is www.mpk.gov.my.
For the related verification and validation confidence strategy, Firstly, verification and validation (V&V) is the method of ensuring that a software system meets the requirements and that it fulfills its intended function. User expectation is one of the associated verification and validation trust techniques. Users of those kinds of software can have low expectations. It can only offer customer satisfaction through a total and proper understanding of user requirements. If the system does not meet the expectation of the user, it can lead to dissatisfaction of and cause the user to have a negative experience. The second one, the software function. As we know, the software function is about the level of certainty depending on how basic the program is to an organization. Based on our case study, which is the Kuantan Municipal Council's official portal, it is really important and useful for the users, also for the organization. The function of the website is to become a platform to put all the information and news about what is happening either in Kuantan areas or at all around the world.
Next one is maintenance cost factors influence the software post development. The first one is program age and structure. As programs age, their structure degrades and they become harder to change. Mainly for the official portal of Kuantan Municipal Council, maintenance costs are likely higher than other websites since many tools and content need to be constantly up to date. As technology advances, it becomes costly to maintain all software and often change can easily hurt the original structure of the software, making it hard for any subsequent change. Second one is still stability because the maintenance cost will reduce if the same staff are involved in the same project. It is simple for the original writer of a program to understand and change an application rather than some other person who must understand the program by the study of the reports and code listing. Next one in order to reduce the cost spent on the software maintenance in official portal of Kuantan Municipal Council, the maintenance tasks are often passed on to their staff that are low skill and have minimal knowledge on programming, which cause it to be time consuming, and the modifications made by them are usually poorly designed and implemented, also invariably index new faults that need to be repaired later.
For the handover problem and explanation on how it will affect the project entirely. First one, lack of domain knowledge is one of the potential handover problems. Knowledge of the domain is knowledge of the world in which the target device functions. For data research, domain knowledge is essential. Incorrect and vague specification would be triggered by lack of domain knowledge. Domain knowledge must usually be obtained from software consumers in the domain rather than from software developers. Second one, including inadequate documentation. The reason why the problem occurs is because the data producers are not willing to or are not capable of providing adequate documentation for secondary use. It also happened because documentation is inherently inadequate due to the nature of unspoken knowledge and communication reduction. Researchers who produce data for self-use often are not willing to spend effort to document data for secondary use. Producers' incentive to share and document data depend on whether mutually beneficial or mandatory sharing mechanism exists. The third one, insufficient system knowledge. Because when we hand over the program or system to the client, we don't know what the capability of the client is. If the client having sufficient knowledge of the programs, then it will not make a problem. But if the client lack of system knowledge, then it's going to be a hard time for them because they don't know how to properly use the system. Then if there is any problem with the programs, they might don't know how to fix it and end up hiring a person who can fix the problem for them.
The last one is four laws derived from Lehman's law that applicable to case study. First one is Lehman's law of continuing changes over time. Requirements will change and software must evolve to continue to satisfy these requirements. A software that is embedded in the real world must be continually adapted as it becomes progressively less satisfactory. For example, our case study, one of the system on the website is a system for tax management. The system might need to be updated to changes in the taxation laws. In the system fails to change, it will cease to be useful to the stakeholders. Second one is law of continuing growth. As we know, the official portal of Kuantan Municipal Council website has a large number of users. It has to do the evaluation process as it continues growth. The function of the system has to be increasing to make sure that users are satisfied with it and keep on using the website. The third one is law of conservation of familiarity. The system will evolve due to some changes or being upgraded, but the changes that have been made must be approximately constant so that the users will be able to use the system well exactly like before the website change. The last one is law of feedback system. Lehman's 8 law recognizes the software system are embedded within various environments that can and do provide feedback into new development. It is used for the users to give the feedback when using the website that the user can express on how they felt when use it, and the developers team are able to improve the website well to make sure the user satisfied with it. That's